Tracy Crutchfield, along with Melissa Turner, bmagazine.org. Right now, I'm so excited. This is such an important interview. This is Ebony Twilley Martin with the executive director of Greenpeace. Yes, Greenpeace. So, Ebony, what an honor it is to meet you and to be able to interview you for bmagazine.org. I've been an animal rights activist for over 30 years. I outed myself today. I'm 63 years old and vegan. I'm going to credit it all to being involved in movements to save the earth, the animals, and the planet. And I want to thank you for all your work and your leadership. I'm so proud and impressed of what Greenpeace, everyone is stepping up, and you've been there fighting the good fight before it was popular.
Yeah,
Me too. You know, I go back 30 years. But talk to me, talk to our viewers and our readers about this movement, about the importance of saving the planet. Of course, it saves ourselves. But what's going on and what people can do, and then we're going to come back to being vegan as one of the best things that you can do eating a plant-based diet, because factory farming is the #1 killer of the planet. But you're the expert. Talk to me.
Well, thanks so much for having me. This is such a pleasure to talk with you all and your community. Greenpeace, as you said, has been in existence for 51 years, and we've gotten our actual foundation is in nonviolent direct action, and we believe that everyone is an environmentalist, no matter who you are. I started as a single mom when my son had asthma, and I said I need to take action, and so that's how I found myself at Greenpeace. So no matter who you are, you do have the agency to make change and to protect this earth. And there are a number of tools you can use. Of course, we're here today because eating and what we put in our mouth is one of the primary tools that we have to protect the climate. Also, just more sustainable ways of living and focusing on green energy and clean and renewable energy, those different things that you can do. And then just also speaking out when you see harm, when you see environmental degradation occurring. You have a voice. And you have a right to protect your community and to stand up to those corporations, to your government, no matter who it is, to say, I deserve clean air, I deserve clean water, and you don't have a right to pollute it. And just making change, using your voice to make change, I think is core to activism and core to protecting this planet.
Yes, and Ebony, because you are such a global leader and you know, for decades, how do you feel about a lot of we've got ag-gag laws, and now we're looking at free speech, stopping free speech and being frisked and taking people's rights away, literally.
Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit about that? What is Greenpeace?
Yeah, as we said, nonviolent direct action and just speaking out is core to who Greenpeace is. And we see a tool by the right is increasingly looking to take away our voices and to silence us. And one of the ways that Greenpeace is under attack right now in this moment is we're engaged in 2 strategic lawsuits against public protest. And what those lawsuits are meant to do is basically to silence you. So we said a company in Canada was engaging in deforestation practices and cutting down ancient forests. And we simply put that on blast and said, you all need to stop ruining this forest. And the company, Resolute, got mad and sued us simply for calling them out for environmental destruction. And Greenpeace wasn't going to back down, and we fought this case tooth and nail.
Yes.
And after 7 years, it took 7 years to fight this case, millions of dollars, much energy, the movement behind us, we were able to defeat it, and we defeated it in April, and we have one more that we're coming up on, and that one is actually focused on the Dakota Access Pipeline.
Yes.
And our involvement with supporting our Indigenous brothers and sisters
Yes.
in that fight to protect their sacred land.
Yes, because we can't just, okay, we won this and go back to sleep or go off. We
That's
have to
right.
stay vigilant.
Yeah.
We have to support the organizations that are leading change, be part of them, get out on the street, any way you can, speak out, speak up, stand up, volunteer, and stay on top of this. We've got to stay informed because everybody else, the other side is too.
They are.
They're working as hard, maybe harder, because they're all about greed
Yes.
and money.
Yes.
But as the compassionate movement and the movement of consciousness and change is happening, we will win because we're doing this out of the love and energy that we have for the planet and for humanity's potential and for the animals of the earth. And I say trees are people too.
Yes.
And I've been hugging trees for a long time. One more thing on that, and then I want to upbeat it. Can you help with the animal rights groups maybe a little more, and the ag gag laws? And there's so much energy. I know I support a group called Direct Action Everywhere, and they're doing open rescue, and these young people from Berkeley and all over the world, not just Berkeley, are coming out fearlessly and I love the animal rights anonymous to the voiceless and other organizations, Animal Liberation Front, but the newer movements of animal rights, how can Greenpeace help lift them up? Because then it comes back, it comes back around.
Core to also our history and our global campaign efforts, we have championed animal rights, especially, like I said, we have many campaigns against deforestation.
Yes.
And that is including ensuring that the animals, their habitat and their actual existence is protected. So that's like core and very important to us. And we partner very closely with, I think, a lot of youth-led movements to support and amplify voices and figure out how Greenpeace can bring their value add and support in this area. And then also we have many campaigns actually on sustainable fishing. Ensuring that we are taking care of our oceans, and then those that are on the front line that are actually doing the work, like fishing, many of them are forced into labor. And so actually championing and speaking up for them, those who have been impacted by this horrific industry that we're continuing to call out. So,
because people the slaughterhouses are busting, they're having child labor come in and clean up the mess. You imagine your children, and most of the people in the slaughterhouses are black and brown. So you've got so many human rights issues happening in the animal rights, in the slaughterhouse, in the animal rights movement, exposing this. And it's really come down to, we're here today, now I want to lighten up. And the Vegan Women's Summit. So this is the fourth one, but the third one that has been, I think COVID had one online. And this is doubled this year. We're in New York City.
It's great,
And to see Greenpeace here, and I know we're going to be talking to Mercy for Animals later, but to see everyone coming together, that yes, it's about food and it's about living your best life, but it's also when you live your best life and you're making the best choices, you're healing and saving the planet. But to see you here is so inspiring, and I know that your voice and your words will connect just vegans to being vegans plus activists. Ebony, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, and it was great chatting with you, and I know we'll get an opportunity to do it again.
I look forward to that.
Yes.
So beautiful.